Today, we're going to talk about how you can advocate for yourself, whether you are at college or you decide that you want to go into the workforce right after high school. So let's talk about a little information that we must know. One thing that you don't need to worry about, especially in the college area, which is where we're going to focus, is that the college will not ask you about your disability at all. And you also cannot be denied entrance into that college because of a disability. And you can't be denied access if you meet the requirements of that college. You also have the right to not let the school know about your disability. But if you want the school to provide the accommodations that you need, then you must let them know. Again, let me emphasize that. If you want them to provide accommodation, you must let them know about your disability. You will also be asked to provide documentation for your disability, and you will need to ask, again, there's that word, ask, what documents are needed for the school. So what can the school offer you? There are numerous things that can be offered. In the area of academics, you might be able to get a reduced course load or even extended time on an exam or a test. They may also be able to offer auxiliary aids and services. So let's talk about those. The auxiliary aids and services that could be offered by the school could be note-taking, readers, recording devices, interpreters, screen readers, and a few extra are voice recognition, and again, there are other things that could be offered. Remember, schools may not have everything in one location. So documentation for proof. It is crucial that you must ask. You need to ask what documents the school needs. Don't think that your IEP or your Section 504 is what the school wants. Even a doctor's note might not be the document the school needs. This is why it is important that you know what documents are needed. Again, you must ask. So let's talk about responsibility. At this point, you're out of high school. Who's responsible? It isn't the school. That's the short answer. It's not the school. You are the one who is responsible. Colleges do not have to follow IDEA, so they don't have to take any responsibility for you. It's all on you. So now you've been admitted. Make sure that when you realize that you need any services to help you succeed, that you let them know. That way, they can make sure that the services you need will happen and that they will happen at the proper time. You will meet with a disability coordinator, but this can maybe only will happen 2 to 3 times in a semester. So that disability coordinator, that's the person who will evaluate the documentation that you give. They will help you when determining the appropriate services that you need. And they will also be the person who will deal with the problems as they arise. So as they happen, this is the person who will help you. So when can you tell them you need service? Anytime. You can let them know at any time, but the sooner you do it, the better. It is important that you let them know what you need as soon as you recognize you need it. Always remember, the earlier you tell them, the better. So let's talk about how to be your own advocate. And this is going to take up a couple of slides. First, you need to understand your disability. So make sure that you understand what your disability is and what your needs are. That way you can be very clear with the school. Next, accept responsibility for your success. This is huge. When you succeed, you need to be excited and accept that you are awesome. Next, we want to take the appropriate preparatory curriculum. Now, we'll talk about this. That happens in high school. So we want to make sure that in high school that we're prepping for college. And so we're taking the appropriate classes, like math, science, and English classes. We want to make sure we're where the college is going to accept you by the time you graduate. Here's a big one. Learn time management. I can't emphasize how important this is, not only in college, but also as you get further up in high school. You have to learn how to manage your time. Start working with a teacher or a staff member to learn the best way to manage your time for you. Each person's different, but it's what will work for you. You thought we were done. Nope, we have another slide. So how do you go about being your own advocate again? Here we go. The one we all know. Acquire computer skills. You would think that this would be self-explanatory, but a lot of people don't understand how important computer skills are. So we want to make sure that we're working on computer skills constantly because you're going to use computers a lot. A lot. Then we want to start thinking about supplementary post-secondary education preparatory program. I know, big words. Let's break that down. So here is where you might need to take an extra prep class, and only to tighten up your skills. You might need help in a subject, and this is where you get that encouragement and that help. Here's a big one though. Research post-secondary education programs. All this means is start looking at the classes, what program you want to go into, because it's going to help you break down your classes once you get into college, but it'll also tell you what you need to do in high school and what you need to focus on. For me, my degree is in English, so I really focus on my English classes. When I was in high school, and not to toot my own horn, I was pretty dadgum good in English. But I did that preparatory work so that when I went to college and I went into my English classes, I was ready for them. That's all that means. And it's just a breakdown. Finally, the last thing to be your own advocate is get involved on campus. Get involved with a college group and have fun. So let's do a quick review. Remember, in college, you are responsible. Make sure to ask what documents you need and how often you will need to get those. Stand up for yourself when you know you need services. And last, and I don't have this on the slide, but have fun. This is a resource that will also break that down for you. I hope this helped you, and I hope to help you in the future.